Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentration.
What's up, everyone? Ben here with the Spirit of Running, and today we're talking about the New Balance Rebel V5. I was a fan of V3, but V4 was a massive update for the Rebel line, making it one of my favorite shoes of the past few years. With version 5, we have some much more subtle updates because when you've nailed it, the trick then becomes not messing it up. For men, the shoe is going to weigh in at 8 ounces. For women, 6.3 ounces, and it has a 6mm drop. The outsole is one area that got a nice update from version 4. This is where a majority of the added weight, if you can call 0.4 ounces of weight, added weight comes from. We add a significant amount of rubber to the outsole, and we changed the pattern of the outsole design, which is going to give us more durability for one, but also added traction across a variety of surfaces and multiple weather conditions. Having not spoken with anybody at the New Balance design team, I can't speak with any certainty, but I would also guess that the increased popularity and staying power of the HYROX movement might have something to do with this change in the outsole design. If you're pushing and pulling sleds across carpets and still trying to rip a quick 10K, the Rebel is the shoe that I recommend for HYROX. For most anyone who's looking for a shoe in the New Balance family, and this new outsole design really only strengthens that recommendation. The midsole is comprised of fuel cell foam, and if you've been following this channel for any length of time, you know I love me some fuel cell. It's a super critical blend of Pebax and EVA that gives a lot of bounce and energy return with each footstep, but it also feels a bit more durable than either PBA or EVA individually. This blending of the foams really shines at creating a shoe that thrives at a variety of distances and paces. The fit of the upper feels really fantastic. I feel secure in the shoe without feeling squeezed. New Balance is known for having shoes that have generous fits, and while the Rebel maintains that fit style in the forefoot, it does give a solid locked-in feel when you're ready to rip. Now that we've gone through kind of the design, let's get down to the fun part. How does this shoe feel on the run? It's still one of my favorite shoes to keep in the quiver, and I think that this is one of the most versatile shoes on the market because it feels good at such a variety of paces. I can take this shoe out for an easy few hours of running on the weekend, or grab it and head to the track for a nice warm-up, followed by whatever painful session my coach programmed in the calendar for the week. While so many brands are adding plates to their up-tempo daily trainers, as of this version, the Rebel has stayed plateless. Am I losing anything by not having the plate underfoot? Maybe a few seconds over the course of the workout. But I also really like having a workout shoe that doesn't have that plate, so that I really know where my fitness lies and I don't have to worry about the technology propping me up. Don't get me wrong, I love a plate as much as the next shoe geek, but I also don't think that the Rebel needs a plate. I think if you've struggled with plantar issues in the past, or maybe Achilles or calf strains, I would definitely consider picking up a pair of the Rebels for your next workout shoe. You can pick up the pace and rip a solid workout without the added stress on the body that comes with the plate. One of my favorite features of the shoe is that it feels fast while I'm running fast, but it also walks incredibly well. I'm a huge fan of run-walk intervals. It's often how I race and how I train, and I evaluate every shoe at as many paces as I can, including casual and speed walking. I feel as much in control of myself and the shoe when I'm walking as I do when I'm running, which I really can't always say is the case with shoes designed to move faster. I really even enjoy taking the Rebel out when I'm walking the dogs, and I absolutely can't say that for all the faster shoes. For those of you who are a big fan of version 4, I'll say the transition to version 5 is going to be incredibly smooth, with one potential exception. Version 5 has a much higher arch than is typical for almost any New Balance shoe that I know of. Personally, I enjoy it because I have a higher arch, and it's one of the few New Balance shoes that I actually noticed the arch in. But if you lean towards New Balance because it does have that lower to almost non-existent arch, just be aware and try the shoe on before you maybe order 5 pairs. I alluded to this when looking at the outsole, but I actually really like this shoe in the gym as well. It feels secure and stable, and with the advent of the Hyrox movements becoming such a staple in so many of in so many gym programs, I think that as I've ventured into the sport as well, the Rebel does a really well crossing over from a pure run shoe to that kind of idea, the fitness shoe. With that extra rubber and the updated design, if you're doing any push or pull workouts with a sled, you can really dig in and have the confidence to know that your feet aren't going to slide out behind you. When it comes to Hyrox specifically, I think that the other kind of plus side is that the shoe is still quick enough that when you're going to go rip that 10K effort, it feels fantastic. Or if you're at the gym, it just feels great on the treadmill too. Looking at the shoe as a daily shoe, a lot of the colors are very bright and flashy, but they did release some more subtle muted color tones that I think provide a little bit more of a business casual suitable look. But if you work in an industry that allows for more color the way that I do, go nuts and find the brightest one that you can. In summary, there's nothing groundbreaking between version 4 and 5 of the Rebel. I do think that it's a great update to an already great shoe, and I just highly recommend it. Grab yourself a pair. Give it a shot. If you've never tried the Rebel, I think this is a great version to introduce yourself to it on. In the meantime, stay safe, keep moving forward. I'll see you out there.